Bonjour Claude Code. Are you vibe coding? If not, you are so has been. From Copilot to Claude Code, coding's evolved so much that anyone still typing lines by hand gets roasted for hard coding. But are you really missing out? To find out how AI handles Three.js, we will try recreating the lovely image carousel from 11 Labs music page without writing a single line ourselves. Will we nail it? Will it be faster and better than coding it by hand? Let's find out right now. Let's start by creating our project. We could also vibecode it, but I want to have a fresh install of Threejs and WebGPU. Let's copy the URL, then git clone. We paste it and our 3f carousel slider. Okay, now we can open it. Once inside yarn to install the dependencies, and yarn dev to start the development server. Let's open it and we have our WebGPU starter pack running. What we want to achieve is to reproduce this carousel from 11 Labs, looking nice. To start vibe coding, we open a new terminal and run Claude Code. I'll help you with your code. What would you like me to do? Let's try it. Create a new component named image carousel, taking an array of images or image URLs as prop and render a 3D carousel of images. But if we want to be even more precise, we can take a screenshot of what we want to generate. It will copy it to my clipboard and I will say like and paste the screenshot. It will write image 1 because it would be too big to display it and it's not able to in a terminal. So you know it's passing the image and hit enter. Now let's pray that it's working well. It generated a to-do list. It's doing the different tasks one by one. Maybe I can expand it, explore project structure, create the carousel and test the implementation. Okay, because this is the first time it will write something, create a file, we need to authorize it. You can say yes, but you will have to do it every time. So what I like to do is to say yes and don't ask again. If something is wrong, I will just prompt another time and it will adjust. Okay, seems it's almost ready. It wants to run it. Okay, but I'm using yarn, but I hit ask because we don't need it. It's already running here. Let's see what it generated. I have a blank screen, which is not a good sign. And I have issues with the images. So we'll simply type the issue. Thanks, but I'm getting issues with the images. And I paste what is happening. It will autocorrect it. All right, it's using other images from Unsplash instead of Pixum, doing some magic to load them. And let's pray that this time it will work. Okay, here is what we have so far, which seems to be not bad at all. But the images, we can only see one side of them. Thank you. Now it works, but we can only see one side of the images. As a Three.js developer, you would know that we need the double side. It's what it's doing, so it's the right approach. Perfect. Let's see if the implementation is correct. Okay, we will need to adjust the default camera later, but still we have a good starting point for our project. There is even something weird happening when I hover it, but we will fine tune it. Now what we will ask is to try to have the rounded corners like here. Let's see if it's able to do it. Excellent. Now using TSL, can you do rounded corners on the images? As TSL, 3 shading language, is still recent, let's see if it's able to do it correctly. For the import, it seems yes. It knows the nodes and 3/TSL. The material, it's using a custom one. Okay, we have the logic with nodes and it's a node material. Perfect. We will open the code later, but so far what it's showing me looks like the appropriate method. And it's done. Let's see what it generated. And we get an error. 3/node material is not a constructor. Let's see why. If we check the code, it's using 3 from 3 while it should be from WebGPU. I will just say the error to see if it's able to fix it itself. I'm getting the following error and paste. UWrite needs to be imported differently in the WebGPU version. Excellent. That's really impressive that it's able to do it with such recent code. If you ask it to ChatGPT, I'm not sure it will know that it exists. All right, it made the adjustments. Okay, now we have the rounded corner on the images. Perfect. Now, I'm not a big fan about the auto rotate and the mouse enter or mouse hover. I'm not sure what is going on. Instead, we will try to add the drag like this and maybe add on mouse wheel to make it auto scroll, which is not something that is here, but it will be nice for us. Awesome. I try to always be positive with the AI, like I would with any other coworker. Now, can you get rid of the auto rotate and add scroll on mouse wheel in both direction and a scroll with dragging? I want a smooth movement with friction. Let's see if it's able to do it, which is not a very easy task to do. I don't mean it's technically difficult, but it takes some time for a human to code it. Well, even the previous tasks. Again, doing its magic and showing us what's going on, but sometimes you just wait until it finishes and you see if it works or not. And you prompt again. All right, it's now finished. Let's try it. Okay, so if I zoom out, yeah, but the mouse wheel is also impacted by the orbit control, so we need to get rid of it. But it's working very well. I can drag for it and the mouse wheel is working, but I should place the camera elsewhere. Very impressive. That's fantastic. Can you get rid of orbit controls and add leva controls to control the different parameters, such as the rounded corners, but also the friction and drag sensitivity. All right, it's a bigger to do because I asked many things at the same time, but it has the approach a human should have. Like you would, when I give someone a task or I'm doing something myself, I would split it in multiple subtasks, and it's exactly what it is doing. The approach is nice. We can see it started instead of using hard-coded values. It's using the one from the controls. Here again, instead of hard-coded sensitivity, one from the drag sensitivity. It's doing things step by step properly. But you can see that it is taking many seconds. So sometimes doing the task yourself will be faster depending on what it is. If it's just changing the color of a button, it will take more time than just typing the class name or the CSS. All right, it's done. Let's reload, and I'm at the bad camera position, so I will adjust it myself. Let's go to experience or app where the canvas is created. Yeah, the default camera is a bit off. We use 45. 0, I want to be in front. Also here in front, but further away. Okay, it's better, but I'm still too close to it. But maybe it's also the parameters here. So if I reduce the radius, it looks better. I will also ask to add controls for the image size. So here we can adjust the corner radius. Very laggy. I think the implementation is not the best. Maybe to recreate the whole component or material. Okay. Let's use this for the radius and corner radius. In experience, it's 4 and 0.1, but we will ask more control. Can you add controls for the image sizes. Yeah, this one was less polite, sorry. Again, doing its magic the proper way without complaining. Using it on the plane geometry. Nice. And it's ready. Perfect. Now we can adjust the image width and height, depending on what you want. So maybe it's good, but we don't have enough images to look better. So we'll add 4 more images. What do we use? 2 and 2? Okay, let's use 2 and 2 and ask for more images. Thanks. Can you add 3 more sample images, please? This one, again, it's something I could do, but it finds itself the images, which I appreciate. Okay, now we have more images. It's looking great. And it automatically made the logic for the image in front of us that it is not transparent and the other one are transparent. It's something I wanted to do that is in my script, but it made it even without me asking it. But I'm not sure about the colors. It seems a bit washed. Can you fix the colors for the images? I think you need to set the texture color space correctly. This is something I know, and it will be faster than asking for it. And if it's not using the right approach, it will be many back and forth. So knowing what you are looking for is a great companion, while if you are fighting and say it doesn't work, it doesn't work, it doesn't work, it will take too much time. Now the colors are much better, perfect. I'm not a big fan of the click on the images that do something. I don't really understand what it's doing. Let's get rid of it. Also the effect when the mouse moves. Can you get rid of the image getting bigger when we hover it? I'm not sure what is the exact condition. And also that the image change when we click on it. Okay, it was on pointer enter and on pointer leave. It removed the different things. Let's check. Now if we rotate, we can move the camera. If we click, nothing happened, but we can drag nicely. By the way, we didn't try the parameters. Drag sensitivity, if I increase it or if I decrease it, we can see the speed is adjusted and the wheel sensitivity. Okay, it doesn't seem to impact too much. Can you adjust the wheel and drag sensitivity? It seems when I adjust the sliders that nothing change. Maybe the range is too small or else. It will do its own investigation and adjust accordingly. All right, now if I increase it to the maximum, turning very quickly, and to the minimum, it's the same. So maybe only the friction is working. Oh yeah, you can see the friction. It's less smooth than if you put it to the maximum, which just turned almost forever. Working nice. Okay. If I reload, the default parameters are correct. Maybe a bit less friction. Okay. Using 0.9 I prefer, but you can adjust it yourself. I like the transparent effect for the other image, but what could look better is that the adjacent ones, the previous and next ones, are also less transparent than the one further away. Can you make the rotation to snap to an image and that the previous and next one are half transparent between the full opacity and faded one? Maybe add controls for the opacity. All right, add snapping to nearest image, implement different opacity levels for center, adjacent, and far images. All right, it's done its magic. Let's check what we have. Center opacity, which is this one, we want it at full 1. Adjacent is the one before and after. Does it work? Yes. We don't want it to be too transparent, so 0.9 is good. And the other ones, maybe it's not enough. Okay, this looks nice. 1, 0.9 and 0.6. 1, 0.9 and 0.6. You could ask AI for it, but you'd better do it yourself. It's faster. Okay, now let's try it. And when it rotates, it's nice, but the snapping is not working correctly. Thank you, but the snapping has a weird behavior. Fix snapping behavior issues. I hope it can diagnose the issue itself and fix it properly. What we want to avoid is to be in between. You see here, it's correctly snapping to one item. So if you want to create a slider with details below, you could update it and it will be related to what is displayed on the slider. Okay, it finished. Let's see what we get. And it seems to work. Maybe our parameters are too high now with the drag sensitivity and wheel sensitivity. I can take more time to adjust them later. Now, a final thing is that we are using square. It doesn't look like it's really bended around a cylinder. While if you look here, it's slightly bended, making it more realistic and more like if it was really wrapped around an invisible cylinder. Awesome, thank you. Can you bend slightly the planes to look as if they are part of an invisible cylinder or carousel? Oops, I made a typo on carousel, but I hope it's able to understand it. Okay, it's doing it, and we see it's adding a parameter automatically in Leva, so it's working properly. I don't have to ask every time, please add the parameters to adjust it. Once you define a certain logic, it will continue to respect it, respect your code, your approach, as a real coder should do. All right, it did it. But it seems the implementation is a bit off because it's impacting the width of the image and it doesn't appear as bended at all. Again, as it is the first time I asked it, I would just say it doesn't work. If it's been a few back and forth, I would dive into the code to understand what is going on. But I like to avoid it as much as possible. It seems the implementation has issues. The size of the planes are impacted and it doesn't really look like it's bended around a cylinder. Okay, it generated its to-do, fixed cylindrical bending implementation. I hope it will be able to find the solution itself. If not, sadly, we will have to dive into the code. All right, let's pray. Again, it's better because it's not breaking the images, but it seems it's not impacting the planes. It's impacting the whole cylinder. It doesn't work. It should be each image to appear bended slightly. But now if I touch the control, it's impacting the radius or whole cylinder. All right, let's pray another time. And it's not working. Let's search for bend to understand what it's doing. It seems it has a logic to bend it at a curvature. It seems the logic is correct, but maybe it needs more division on the plane geometry. Couldn't the issue be on the plane geometry instead? I can't see any difference. As always, you are absolutely right. I love when people talk to me like that. The issue is that I'm trying to bend a flat plane geometry which only has 4 vertices. Good explanation, so it will do the required changes. Let's try again. If we play with bend amount, we can see it's doing something, but it's a bit too subtle. Thank you, it's working better, but the effect is a bit too subtle. So you can see in my prompts, sometimes I know technically what it is. So because of my expertise with Three.js, I'm able to guide it. But sometimes I try to write prompts that are just a user that is in front of something and try to find a solution and let Claude do the logic process and find the issue and solution. All right, let's try it. It's working, but in the wrong direction. Thank you, but it seems the bending is in the wrong direction. Outwards instead of inwards. All right, I'm absolutely right again. It's going to fix it. It's done. All right, the default value is a bit too much. Now it's much better. You can see it's a bit wrapped, but maybe the effect is too much. We should use 0.10. Much better. It depends on your image width, the radius, the number of images you have. You need to adjust it and save the values. It starts to look pretty nice. I will leave you the code, so if you want to continue vibe coding on it, you can, or start from zero. It's a good practice. Before sharing my final thoughts and key takeaways, if you want to master Three.js to be able to adjust your prompt while vibe coding, consider exploring my course, React 3 Fiber, the ultimate guide to 3D web development, a project-based course with everything you need to know to start creating professional 3D web experiences with Three.js and React. Link in the description. Here is what I think at the current moment. Claude Code performs at the level of an above junior developer with endless time and zero laziness, delivering impressive results if you guide them right. But AI isn't magic. It demands solid skills to craft precise prompts and tweak results, especially for advanced things such as Three.js. And for some tasks, doing it yourself can be faster. Finally, the power of AI coding is so good that it's almost scary to think about where this tech is headed. The future of development is wild, and now's the time to master tools like Three.js, but also vibe coding to stay ahead. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like button to help this channel be more visible to other creative developers. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss my upcoming tutorials. To continue your learning journey, watch one of my other videos, like this one, available here.